Hey guys, what's going on? Butters here, and today we're going to be taking another look at Star Wars Battlefront 2. I know I've been playing this a lot. I'm working on something else right now, not ready yet. So this is a little kind of just video to get one out today. What we're going to be doing today, I'm sure you saw the title, we're going to be taking a look at the Specialist class, and we're going to be taking a look at the best class setups to use, what weapons to use, what why I specifically choose what I do, and why I choose this class over the other three classes. Why I choose to use this class. Um, First off, let's get my class set up how I would normally have it. So this is the class setup that I normally use 90% of the time when I'm playing. And first off, the weapon. The NT242 has the highest damage and the highest range out of any of the other snipers. It one-shot kills any of the base units from any other class if you hit a headshot, close or far range. And the A280 CFE, if you watched my video yesterday, you'll know I don't particularly like this weapon. But that's because I'm bad at the game. I can't very well control the recoil at all. Like, seriously, I'm not good with it. The A280 CFE, when it has the burst mod on it, which is the only thing that even comes close to making this weapon kind of useful, is it has way too much recoil, which I don't understand because the weapon's so fucking weak. It just makes no goddamn sense why it's so fucking weak and the fucking recoil is so fucking high. It just makes no sense. Normally, when game developers put a lot of recoil on a weapon, it's because the damage is so high that they're trying to compensate for the damage, but there's no damage to compensate for. It's just so bad. Anyway, go with the NT242. You want to get the dual zoom on there because you're gonna be super far. You're gonna be far away. If you're following me anyway, you're gonna be far away when using the sniper, and the dual zoom is your best friend. Next, you want to get improved cooling. By default, the NT242 has 3 shots before it overheats. Improved cooling gives it just that one more shot that you might need to get the kill. So, get improved cooling and dual zoom. Don't go with the disruptor shot. There's just no reason to. Okay? It's not worth it. It doesn't, like, unless you have a huge problem with vehicles, just don't go with the disruptor shot. There's no point. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the star cards. So with the star cards, right, you got a lot of options here. You got a lot of options. Now, like I said in the original video, 2 star cards if you're being an actual sniper. You don't want to use these 2. Okay? You don't want to use these 2 because they take away the thermal binoculars. You also don't need the improved thermal binoculars. So the thermal binoculars helps you see at longer ranges, which you're going to be at. And sometimes at those longer ranges, it's hard to see where someone is just with your scope alone. So when you get these thermal binoculars out, it's a lot easier to see where people actually are using those thermal binoculars. And it's helped me out more than once, more than 10 times, probably over 100 times with using the thermal binoculars. It just helps out so much. So don't use the trip mine or the personal shield. If you're playing Blast as a specialist, which I would not recommend, but if you want to strictly be a specialist, use the personal shield. So the star cards you want to be using are Stealth, Improved Shot Grenade, and Kill Streak Infiltration. kill streak infiltration can be traded out for marksman. Marksman, what it does when you hit someone in the head, it resets. Well, doesn't reset. It lowers your cooling bar. Essentially, takes back that shot. What like it is? That's essentially what it does. It just takes back the shot you fired. It, it it's like a better version of improved cooling, but you have to hit him in the head. It's not when you defeat an enemy, it's when you defeat an enemy with a headshot. So I don't use it that much since I'm super far. It's super easy to get kills. Um, so I would just not bother with it, but you can trade the kill streak infiltration out with the marksman, because since you're going to be further away, the kill streak infiltration, I mean, you're really only going to run into 1 or 2 people max. And another one you could trade, thing you could trade the shot grenade out with, is the stinger pistol. So the stinger pistol, when you shoot someone, it does damage over time. It did get from what I understand, it got a nerf a while ago, so it's not as strong as it used to be. But that's not to say that it's useless. Okay, it makes a pretty decent secondary weapon if that's what you want, right? But you already have the infiltrator as a secondary weapon, so that's why I say just go with the improved shot grenade. Another thing that you could actually trade out the kill streak infiltration for is survivalist. Your health regeneration delay is shorter than normal. So let's say you get in a sniper battle, right? You shoot someone, you get a hit marker, they shoot you, they also get a hit marker, you go into cover, and you're going to regenerate faster than them, right? So while they're in cover, you come out first, and then you can shoot them as soon as they come out of cover and get the kill. So survivalist is a good one to have. Well, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Fuck it. Like I said, you're going to run into 1 or 2 people max. Kill streak infiltration is not absolutely necessary. And I wouldn't use scramble infiltration either, because what it does is scrambles your enemy's little mini map so they don't know where you are. But by doing that, if they didn't see you, they know you're around. They know there's someone around scrambling their thing, so it's really just putting you at more danger. But hardened infiltration is a decent one. It is a good one you could go for. An improved version of infiltration where you gain incoming damage reduction to improve the survivability. So when you're using the infiltration, right, chances are you're in a close range engagement, right? So having hardened infiltration is not a bad one to choose if that's what you want to do. But I would still go with this setup right here. I know I changed it just now, but it's a good setup. Really, you could do any combination of the star cards that I showed you and just pick what's best for you, because this is what's best for me, right? This is what works for me. As you can see by all the star cards that are max level, these are all the star cards that I've tried out. Well, and I've tried this one out. I just stopped using it because of the point I pointed out earlier. And this setup is just what works for me, you know? So really the thing is how to be a good specialist. Find the good star cards, which are the ones I pointed out to you, and find the combination that works best for you. Okay? Use the one that works best for you. The weapon, I would still always go with the NT242. I see a lot of people using the IQA 11, or really just a second tier sniper, sometimes the first tier sniper. I'm guessing because it has more shots and you can shoot it faster. But there's really no point to doing that because it doesn't, like, when you hit someone, chances are they're gonna roll away into cover or something. So you want to make that hit count. If you're using a sniper, whatever sniper you're using, you want to make that hit count, and the only way to really do that is to kill them on your first shot. So you always want to use the NT242. Now, if you are using the A280 CFE, you want to change your star cards. You don't want to keep this setup. Okay? When you're using the NT242, only when you're using the NT242, you can take off the stealth. You can put on the personalized shield. This is the setup you want to use for that. If you're using the A280 CFE and you're in close quarters engagements, you want to have the personal shield over the stealth. That's what you want to do when you're using the A280 CFE. That has been how to be a specialist in Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Go check out my other videos if you like those videos. Consider subscribing. It's completely free and it helps me out a ton. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time.